Привет всем, приветствую вас в третьей части игры. В этот раз мы оказались в замке после военного наступления Сигизмунда. Убили они нашего отца и мать. Людям не нравится, когда вы ходите там, где вы не положено. Если вы войдете к ним в дом, сначала вас просто предупредят, но если вас поймают, например, в караульном помещении замка, вас сразу же арестуют. Да, а ты не хочешь, чтобы я здесь был? А с тобой поговорить нельзя? Так, ясно. Отсюда, через твою дверь хотя бы можно выйти? Так, давайте посмотрим наше задание. Еды какой-нибудь. И поспать ему хочется. Давайте поспим. Дай мне пройти, пожалуйста. Дай пройти. Я тебя сейчас стукну. Спать. Ну давай спать. Ты не можешь задерживаться, нет времени. Встать. Так, ну давайте это задание посмотрим. Хотя бы поедим что-нибудь. Есть что хотя бы поесть? Еды нету, по-моему. Хорошо, ладно, смотрим карту. Поговори с паном Бориком. Он на улице, да, где-то располагается. Борик, ну вот он, по-моему.
You've done well, lad.
Ты молодец,
I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a full stomach.
Хорошо, в кодексе новая запись. Н. Ладно, я читать.
Seems I'm not good enough for the gent. Be a bit more careful.
Ah, milady. You are fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bojana here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear. Aren't you, young master? Here you are, then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the Outer Bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, milady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, yes, thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, man.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
Вот так вот. Так, кодекс новой записи я пошел читать. Так, надо быстро что-то съесть. А, я только могу брать их, что ли? Ну, давай сейчас хотя бы так сделаем. Он же с голода не умрет, почему он так прям... Так, рогалик. Мы сейчас все возьмем. Нам пригодится.
Please tell me what happened at Scarlet's. I have kin there.
Must.
Все, я поем сейчас, короче. Так, игрок... О, ничего себе, у меня даже можно повысить что-то, по-моему, да? Так, еда, пища. Жареная утка. Что-то тут утоляет голод больше. Целебное действие, состояние. Целебное действие кто? Хорошо. О, у них еще вес есть. Есть. Оказывается, он чуть ли там этот... Так, ну давайте попробуем сыр. Почему-то он ему больше понравился. 91. А яблоко почему ему не понравилось, если это 97? Давайте чуть-чуть похлебку. Хлеб. Капуста. Все, мы теперь сыты. В кодексе новая запись.
Seems I'm not good enough for the gent.
Вино. Где я могу поспать, где я могу что-нибудь купить?
If I needed some food, who should I ask?
Who do you think, young man? Me, of course. And if you want something extra, I could help you out with that too.
Торговать.
I'd like to buy something from you.
Of course, lad. Good luck then.
Крендель. А продать-то можно что-нибудь? Продать тоже можно. Лишку это сколько? 0,8. Вот 20 спасительный шнапс. Что у нас больше весит всего? Вино. А это что? Целебное действие 6. Так, жареная утка. Жареная утка много весит, да. Целый. Или сколько? Не килограмм, да. За 3,2 можно его продать. Давайте попробуем продать ради. Жареную утку. Сколько у нас? 3, что ли? Ничего себе. Ну давайте все продадим. Продажа. Так, ну давайте заключим сделку. Давайте торговаться попробуем.
Let's talk about the price.
Naturally.
Торговаться можно, все, я читаю. Все понятно. Так, оригинально. Вот это так. За сколько оно? Нам нужно продать, значит, подороже. Или подожди, сколько? Утку за 11, давай попробуем предложить.
Is this enough?
A nice sum. Just lower your demands a little and we'll agree.
Она за 10 хочет купить. Давай вот так попробуем.
See now, I knew we'd come to an agreement.
Окей, хотя бы что-то повысили там. Так, что же нам нужно? Пойти поспать просто? Где-то на соломе или где-то вот здесь? Или где-то во дворе поспать нужно?
This bed is probably taken. I'm supposed to go and sleep in the chamber.
In the chamber. Ну давай. А где у нас chamber? Чё у нас говорят? Ты на чё? Здесь, наверное, не нельзя находиться. Да, я пройду. Стражник. Здесь вообще можно находиться, ребят? Эй, что ты крутишься? Что-то здесь произошло. Блин, такой огромный замок. Тут стражник на каждой стороне. Так, мне нужно как-то спуститься, да? Ты на частной территории, так что будь осторожна. Дальнобойная стрела. Что, возьмем? Взять нельзя? Украсть. Ну давай, окражу. Если вы воруете, убедитесь, что вас никто не видит, но даже продать краденое будет не так-то просто. Вам сойдет с рук продажи краденого яблока, но если вы украдете что-то ценное, торговец опознает эту вещь, скоро об этом будет знать вся округа. Старайтесь продавать украденные вещи как можно дальше от места преступления. Хорошо. Так, нас никто не видит, да? И лук, давай возьмем. Надо было сохраниться перед этим, конечно. Здесь есть еще быстрое сохранение. Сейчас я быстро посмотрю. Я не нашел. Ладно, давайте спустимся. Опа, я не так хотел спуститься. Так, давайте эту дверь прикроем, чтобы нас никто не видел. И обыщем этот сундук. Скрыть очень легко. У тебя нет отмычки. Может, здесь где-то забежит? Отмычка. Аккуратнее, аккуратнее, человек. Он нас тут спалил. Давайте спрячемся.
I must be going mad.
Окей. Очень сложно. Тебя нет. А, он спускается, смотри-ка. Ничего, не знаю, что он будет делать со мной.
You've no business here. Clear off, or you'll be sorry.
Окей, окей. Ухожу, чувак. Я просто нечаянно сюда забрал, я вообще не хотел сюда. А как мне выйти? Вот, по-моему, выход, да. Все окей, ну пойдемте уже на вот эту ашку. Как-то не дойти, непонятно пока. Может, где-то здесь? Вот, да, скорее всего, она и есть. Смотрите, нам целый дом выделили. Ты на частной территории. Хорошо, все. Так, если вы устали, ваша энергия и красноречие тоже уменьшается, вам может помочь сон. Найдите подходящую постель, чтобы узнать по значку на комплекте. На компасе сядьте на нее и приготовьте ко сну, и укажите, сколько времени будете спать. Сколько надо времени поспать. А что такое сумма? Мне непонятно. Давайте посмотрим, как же это сделать. Вот эту кнопку надо нажать. Нет, по-моему, не нужна вещь. Так, окей, давайте спать. Один час, 2 часа. Удобство кровати 50%, сытость 50%, энергия 50%, здоровье 100%. А сколько надо поспать? Чтобы сытость, и сейчас ты не можешь больше спать. Давайте вот столько. Сейчас это сколько это времени-то? 12 часов, надеюсь, или какое-то другое? Ну давай до 24 поспим. Не знаю, это будет ночь или нет.
Today the patrols will be doubled. Keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it immediately. Understood? Yes, sir.
Yes?
It is I, Henry. Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy, did I?
My lady. No, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine. It's just what you need to help you sleep.
My lady, thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
I was going to, but to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace, to let you know you're not alone.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you. But I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world, although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
Давай расскажем.
You might be right, my lady. I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands.
И что мне здесь делать? Так, я зашел к корчму, и встретил там Бланку, свою
I
возлюбленную.
went to the tavern to buy ale for father. I know it's a job for a groom, but I didn't mind, because my girl Bianca worked there. I courted her a while and we agreed to meet in the evening, but our meeting was never to happen.
Oh, dear boy.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzig. Father and I always chat in the forge. On that particular day, I asked him if he'd teach me swordsmanship.
А, нет, это
He said
неверно,
no.
неправда.
He said it's better for a man to keep his head on his shoulders than lose it over some pointless heroism. If only you
Ah,
knew
ну верно,
what
да.
fate had in store for us.
Oh.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town.
Ну давай, давай
A horde
так.
of soldiers was amassed. Pennants flapped in the wind, the armour glinted in the sunlight, and the horses whinnied impatiently. They were waiting for Sigismund to give the command to attack,
How awful.
and then death descended on Skalitz. father told me to take shelter in the castle while he went to get Mother. She was stranded in the town, surrounded by Sigismund's butchers. And then I saw him knocking down one human after another. I never saw him fight like that. But then the leader of Sigismund's raiding party, a knight in full armour, saw father and charged at him. He cut down my father without a thought. And then he turned on my mother. And he murdered her in cold blood.
You poor boy. May the Lord have mercy on their souls.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle. I needed a horse to get to the safety of Talmberg and to warn you all.
And with all that was happening, you thought of others like a good Christian.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her. I had Sir Radzig's sword, and even though there were several of them and they were better armed, I had to try and save her. I wanted there to be at least one person I'd helped. And I succeeded, even though it almost cost me my life. After that, I stole a horse from them and rode off.
Like a valiant knight.
I'll never forget the horror. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
That's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years. That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then, he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years? And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city, and there was something going on. And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still young and beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that that were true, lad. Would it were true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep. I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
Такая вот история. Только я одно не понял. Не мужа засадил кто? Который правил их деревней или который... Короче, что-то непонятно. И временем... О, смотрите, какой-то опять трэш начинается. Игра только, кажется, начинается. Мало пока игры самой. Я уже так давно говорю. Он спит, да? То есть они напали ночью. Или это просто сон? Ну да, это скорее всего сон.
Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
Кодекс нового завис жизнь женщин в средневековье. Давайте посмотрим. Ну все, я читаю. Возьми факел со столпа. Это не факел, да? Скрыть домок очень легко, у тебя нет отмычки.
I'll have to get something to eat. I'm starting to get hungry.
Опять проголодался. Ты что, с ума сошел, что ли? Так, где факел, да? Опять карту смотреть. Где-то там. Так. Берется, не берется. Вот этот факел. Дальше вы поняли, двери на стену по лестнице в ворот. Я не говорю, что рвусь, это правда. Что они сейчас говорят? Иди на кровь, сделано поговори с соратником Дереком.
God be with you.
Что случилось?
You know what's happening?
No. What about you?
Me? How could I?
I saw you with Soroba. Didn't he tell you anything?
No, nothing.
Окей.
May the Lord watch over you.
Так, где у нас чувачочек тот? Где у нас здесь находится? Может, здесь будет виднеться этот, армия, когда гранит гром. We're not supposed to be here. Вот этот король, да, по-моему? Пан Дивиш.
You men down there. Tell the people outside the walls to prepare for attack. Quickly, do you understand?
С кем поговорить-то нужно? Вот с этим типом? Это вот муж ее, по-моему, вот этот стариком вернулся. Насколько я понял, Берег, давай поговорим. Что случилось?
What's going on?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismund advance on Talmud in the night? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on Skalitz.
Maybe it's not him.
Then who is it? The scouts Jivis sent to Scarlet to spy on Sigismund said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And so Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time. It doesn't make sense.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started. And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries. An army like that costs a fortune. Well, anyway, we'll find out when they get here, won't we?
Right, we will.
Good luck to you.
Окей.
Halt! Who goes there?
Lucifer and all his minions. Who else, Robber?
Sir Radzig. What a relief.
Is his lordship there with you?
Yes, sir. He is right here.
What are you doing up so late, Divish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep.
Well, Radzig, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry?
It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men. As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat.
I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened.
Messenger?
The lad you sent to warn us.
He's alive? He made it to you?
He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though.
Thank God.
A brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away?
Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left us storming the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised. We wouldn't have stood a chance against them.
Would you like to spend the night in Talmberg?
No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
What will you do then?
We'll march to Ratai. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense, and enough room for all of these people. If Sigismund should come, better bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
You're right there.
Is that boy still with you?
I'm here, sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalitz.
Are you mad? What do you want there?
I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think of going back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living?
But sir!
Quiet! I'm sorry about your father, but getting killed as well won't help him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Talmberg until things quieten down.
Not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover. I'll lock him up here as if he were Havel of Baldic.
I've seen you've grown a thick skin since your tribulation, sir. But thank you. We'll meet again when circumstances are more favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my regards to Sir Hanush.
I will. And good luck to you and your people, too. These are dark times. Move out!
Anywhere, people! Move out! It's only a short way to Ratai now.
Окей. Кодекс новая запись. Рации кобылы из Дураша. Я читать.
What do you think about the
I want you
Skalitz?
to keep a close eye on everything
It's a
nearby.
terrible thing.
Sigismund will surely have sent
Everyone is
spies,
shitting
and likely
themselves
men
that
as well
Sigismund is
follow the
coming.
Skalitz
And then it
people.
turns
Now
out
he
like
knows
this.
they've fled.
Praise the Lord,
Keep
they
your
got
eyes
out of the
peeled.
siege.
Report everything to me at
Skalitz
once.
Castle is
Understood?
well fortified, all right, but I hear Sigismund's army is huge, and facing him is suicide. Sir Radzig did the right thing.
I'm sorry you didn't really manage to get away.
So am I.
May God ease your
Thank you.
I reckon that Sir Radzig must be a good man, the way he looks after his people. But you probably know him better.
Not really. My father was forging a sword for him, and when he came to have a look at it, we exchanged a few words. That's it.
Henry, I need to have a word with you.
And that's a fine lord. Good for you.
Так, какое у нас задание сейчас? Так, что они все хейкают-то мне? Беги. Беги. А, так. На мою родную деревню поговорите с паном Бориком. Я могу помочь.
I could use an extra pair of eyes, and yours are keen. Will you keep watch at the battlements with my men?
Is that a request or an order?
I'd rather it was a request you answered yes to.
Of course I'll help. I have to pay you back somehow after all you've done for me.
Splendid. And don't worry, I'll tell the men to relieve you later. Take care.
Be a bit more careful.
Окей, куда мне встать? На крепостной стене. Так, давайте еще глянем на карту. Что же там восклицательный знак? Новое занятие. Хорошо. Куда идти? Дождь такой сильный. Очень. Это ливень. Да, конечно, в железяках в это время стоять, это, конечно, не прикольно. Наверное, на этой стене лучше стоять. Она же не занята. Стражник. Ну давай с тобой поговорим.
Wandering around like a stray sheep. Must be your first watch, eh? I don't think anything much will be happening today. You can just lean against the wall and wait till morning. I'll show you what's what.
I will. Thank you.
Так. Готовится снова запись. Кодекс надо читать. Говорят, дождитесь с утра. Это просто мне ждать или мне кровать какую-то найти? Это же жестко просто. Ждать утра. Часто тут рогалик, ну-ка давайте глянем. Пекарь. Нам что, здесь так просто ждать? Реально, что ли? Вы че, ребят? Вон там кровать какая-то, она как далеко, недалеко.
Are you serious?
Че, будем ждать до утра? Ребята, это же просто жестко. Утро еще далеко. Не будем мы ждать. Или давайте перед этим сохранимся лучше. Встать. Сохраним игру. Что он говорит? Это обойдется вам в один спасительный шнапс. О, серьезно, что ли? Сохранить игру в спасительный шнапс. Да вы серьезно? Ничего себе. Если понадобится еще одна фляжка спасительного шнапса, то ты можешь поискать торговцев или корчмах, но лучше найти в аптеке. В то же время ты можешь сам гнать шнапс, если у тебя, конечно, есть все ингредиенты под рукой, химический стол. Ну-ка, еще раз сохранить можно? Или у нас... Есть ли у нас вообще еще шнапс этот? Жестко, ребят, жестко. Так, ну давайте поспим. Не знаю, хотя бы. Сколько вот сейчас? Сейчас 4 утра. Вот до 5 хотя бы. Утро вот здесь начинается. Мы же не можем просто там стоять там просто. Это же вообще жестко. Давай, стань. Давай еще раз давай побазарим.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Что ты думаешь о спасителе жизни Скалицы? Ну, короче, он то же самое.
What do you think about that surprise during the night?
I was surprised, all right. I'm glad them people were saved, though. And just as glad it weren't Sigismund. For sure he'll come here in the end, too. But now at least we've got time to get ready for him.
Maybe he'll leave Talmberg be.
Maybe, maybe not. Could be he was only out to get Sir Radzik, because he's Wenceslas's hetman. The Scarlets is a rich town, so there was plenty of loot for the taking. 2 birds with 1 stone. So he might be satisfied and leave us alone.
Reckon we'll see soon enough, one way or the other.
By the way, Henry. It is Henry, ain't it? I was sorry to hear about your parents. They've gone on to better things.
Good luck to you.
Could do with a bite to eat.
Че, покормим его? Че, нам скоро утро, смотри, уже светлеет вроде. Более-менее. Страшно чисто. Короче, я стою. Время, надеюсь, быстро идет. Ладно, я поставлю на паузу. Ребята, я не включил, короче, дождался утра, поспал немножко там. И на наружное двора, типа, говорит, типа, иди. Господи Иисусе.
See how the self-appointed king wins the love and respect of his loyal subjects.
Indeed, Robard. Sigismund of Luxembourg has a rare talent for winning people over to his cause. We may be in for a surprise. I don't think he will set his heathen dogs on us today.
Greetings, Lord of Talmberg.
That's the bastard who led the attack at Scarlets and killed my parents.
Don't be an idiot. Do you want to end up like them?
I am Sir Markwart von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia, who has resolved to strike against those who disrupt concord in the land and to restore order in the name of his brother, King Wenceslaus IV.
Restore order by burning and pillaging the king's estates.
Greetings, Sir Markwart. The efforts of the king's brother to bring order to this chaotic land are undoubtedly noble. It seems to me, though, that he and his army have somewhat strayed. As Burgrave of Prague Castle, I am entirely beholden to the king. And here in Talmberg, divine peace reigned until your arrival. To what then do we owe the honor of your visit?
Yesterday, His Majesty took action against the enemy of the kingdom, Sir Radzik Kobila, who has been using the silver from the Scarlet's mine to fund insurrection against the crown. Unfortunately, the insurgent escaped. Would you happen to know, noble sir, where he might be at this time?
As far as I know, the Sir Radzik of which you speak is the king's hetman at Scarlets. I find it hard to imagine that he would rebel against our king. Nevertheless, I can assure you that Sir Radzig is not at Talberg. He would be a fool indeed to flee from one castle, where he has little chance of defense, to another, where he has even less. Or do you take the view that my humble manor is any obstacle to your army?
Am I to inform the king then that Sir Radzig Kobyla is not at Talberg and that he has your loyalty?
Sir Radzig Kobyla is not here, and I have no intentions of getting embroiled in affairs from which I have nothing to gain.
Very well, sir. As you wish. I will relay your words to the king in the hope he will be as well disposed as you seem to be.
Those who have clean consciences and goodwill may find themselves well disposed even at moments like this, when there is little cause for joy. Farewell, sir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
My lord, you have my utmost admiration.
Get on with you, Robard.
Ну, вы все видели. Окей. Здесь мы и закончим. Кодекс новую запись я почитаю и выйду. Всем спасибо за просмотр. Точнее, даже я не буду читать, а просто выйду. Всем спасибо еще раз за просмотр. Увидимся в следующей части.